Alright everyone, um, just thought I'd make this video about me mental health, just a little, not too much detail, but just a roundup pretty much. Sorry, I've got my phone on like a tripod thing and it's just, there you go. Yeah, just a little backstory really, um, not much to talk about, but just thought I'd have a little stop and chat. So pretty much, on, I think it was round about me 18th, 19th, I got diagnosed with depression. I have chronic depression and social anxiety, and but at the time it was mainly more my depression that was an issue, because it was like feelings I had that I'd try and make sense of but just couldn't. And then when I went to doctors, he was like, yeah, it sounds like you've got depression and that, but I think for me each year just gets worse with it, especially with the anxiety as well. Affects a lot in my life. It affects pretty much everything. I don't like going out. It's been a lot. It's been really hard to like go out and do things in the past, because sorry, the light's a bit dark in here. I've got like 2 lights on the side, so I think this is the best it's gonna get. But yeah, I don't really like going outside. It's like a real big step for me. It's affected a lot. It's affected my job. I ended up leaving my job after, I think it was 15, almost 15 years. It was a big impact. I feel like the less I go out, the better I feel. I'm quite happy to stay in the rest of my life if I could. I don't really like socialising. I don't like meeting people. I just like to be on my own. But yeah, so that was like my late teens, and then in my 20s it got a little bit worse, and then my 30s, I think the anxiety started creeping in then, and to this day I still do it. I feel scared a lot. I feel sometimes like I'm constantly scared. I don't know why. It's like a big, knowing your stomach just turning and stuff like that, and you feel like you're shocked because you're scared shocked. Still get like that when I think about certain things and going out and stuff. When the job I used to have, there'd be times when I'd have like a panic attack here, and then I'd have to wait a bit, and then I'd go to work. I'd have a panic attack in work, and then that'd be me. I'd be done then. I'm just exhausted. Anyone who suffers from them knows once you have one, you're totally exhausted after it, and it's not good. Got put on meds for that, for my anxiety and stuff, and it got to a point in me mid-30s. I think that was the first time yeah, I think it was just before mid-30s. That was like the first time I tried to end my life, and it was, in my head, it made sense to do. I know a lot of people probably be on the fence with that, but you know, I think a lot of people, when they're in that mindset and they've got that option in their head, it makes more sense to do it, because that's what you feel you want to do. Not everyone, but I can understand from some people. And I think as well with mental health, if people drink as well, you know, if you suffer really bad with depression and you drink, sometimes that just gives you the confidence you need to, you know, do whatever you want to do to end your life. It's fucked up, you know what I mean? But that's, to me, that's my experience with it. It's having drinking at the time. Like, I wasn't like a bad alkie or anything like that. I'd only go out now and again with like so-called friends and stuff. But I'd feel like shit sober. Do you know what I mean? And I'd be thinking these things sober anyway. And then when I'd have, as everyone knows, once you've had a drink, like your confidence and everything can change, and sometimes that's all the confidence you need. You're thinking about it sober to do it, and then once you've had the drink and that, you're like, oh, fuck it, and then that's it. You just end up doing whatever you do. So it's obviously it's not for a lot of people. Can, you know, kind of manage the drink and have like a cut off what they do and things like that, and you know, you can do that, fair enough. For me, I just quit about 7 years ago. Just couldn't be bothered. I think it was yeah, I think it was, well, lockdown happened for the start, and I had to isolate. It ended up being about 16 weeks. I had to isolate for, but the hospital were sending me letters to make sure I wasn't going out and stuff, and work as well, because I was classed as vulnerable, because my immune system's always weak. It's very weak. I have to take injections for it. So when I had to isolate, I I was fine with it. Not going out, not having to go out at all. Fuck yeah. Um, that was just like, well, um, I don't know. It come at the right time as well. I think for me, lockdown, because there was a lot of people kind of starting to piss me off, and I wasn't liking the way um, I was feeling and stuff. I was getting them like old feelings back again and that. So lockdown happened, so obviously nowhere was open. Um, so I spent about 4 months at home, and then when I went back to work, but when I was at home, I started working out. I had dumbbells in my room, and I'd just work out all the time. It's like a couple of hours a day, an hour a day, a couple of times a week, and then kind of got into a little routine with it, and that's when I started to kind of, I don't know, I just lost interest in a lot of things. Then it was like, because I know when a lot of people had to stay at home, like their mental health started going bad because they needed to be doing something, they needed to be going out and seeing people and stuff like that. And that's just not me. I'm the opposite. I hate going out. I prefer to be in all the time. But I think I think I just started losing interest in a lot of things, and that was like one of the main things that I was like, well, that's going out of my life. I don't need that anymore, because I'd go to I'd feel like shit, like say like today, and then I'd go out tonight, and then for the next 4 or 5 weeks I'd be recovering from one night out, because it'd just make things out like 10 times worse how I was feeling. It didn't help me at all. It didn't do anything. At the time, when you're in that environment, as probably everyone knows, it seems like it's exciting. You're out and you're with your mates and you're having a bevy, and you're seeing all new people and stuff like that. But it just wasn't worth it to feel the way I end up started to feel afterwards, because I'm gonna switch this light on, because this isn't really good lighting, so bear with us a sec. See if that changes anything. That's better. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, so pretty much I just stopped going out. I didn't see any need for it. I wasn't missing it. I didn't I didn't crave it. I didn't want it. Do you know what I mean? It was just like things that I just, yeah, fuck it, I don't want it in my life anymore. If I'm feeling bad sober, I'm just gonna feel 10 times bad after going out for a few hours or the night or whatever. I'm just gonna make how I'm feeling now 10 times worse for longer. And, you know, I don't want that. So, to me, lockdown helped in that way. Um, it was kind of like something that I didn't really expect, but I'm kind of glad I had that time to kind of put a few things in order, because I've never really done that in my life. Do you know what I mean? I've never really sat down and been um, like, well, I want to change this, I want to change that. Um, there's a lot of things that I wish I could have, looking back, I wish I could have changed, but I just didn't have that. The way I am now, I think my past, if I could go back, it would be a lot different with a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? Um, but uh, yeah, it's hard. I understand for a few people when they say, you know, they have a drink to escape and stuff like that. Um, I understand that. It's just my opinion, my experience. It's just not worth it. You know, there's other things you can be doing that are a lot better for you than going out and, you know, trying to forget your life for one night. Um, it's just not good. Um, so yeah, it pretty much stopped from lockdown. Well, from the year before actually. But lockdown kind of give me that. I don't know, that like confirm that I'm not doing this anymore. It's bad on my body, it's bad on my mind, which was the main thing. Um, and I just hated how it made me feel. Uh, so yeah, it's, but a few years later, I think it was 2023. Um, I tried to end my life again, and it was, I don't know, it was kind of, I was really gutted it didn't work, if that makes sense to anyone. Because I really wanted it to, because I was just kind of done with everything. And it was, it wasn't really um, a so-called plan or nothing like that. It was just like how I was feeling, like leading up to it. And then thought, fuck it. Um, but from that come a lot of, um, like a lot of people were kind of annoyed with me and pissed off. Well, I don't, not a lot, a couple, handful of people. Um, and I think it's that thing of like, you know, it's trying to explain to someone my mindset of how I feel in that moment. They're never gonna understand it because they don't feel that. So even if you put it, describe it in the best way, and I'm shit at explaining things. You know what I mean? I haven't really got that um, kind of uh, quality about speaking and that shit at it. Um, but what kind of I didn't like as well. Sounds stupid, but Um, it was all like the attention and fuss afterwards. So I know it was just like people checking in and seeing how I am and stuff like that. But I didn't like it, and I felt like because of what I did, it obviously affected their lives, and they thought that, well, now I need to make sure he's alright all the time because this is just gonna happen again, and I kind of felt guilty about that. Um, was that you know, like I say, it's hard enough kind of dealing with things, and then you've got to mask it. You know what I mean, and pretend that everything's okay, and um, kind of not let on that things are as bad as what they are, and um, even like going to work and stuff. You know, I was like a different person. As soon as I left the house, I was someone else, and then as soon as I come back in, I was back to being myself again. Um, so it's a bit of a mind fuck when you know, you're two different people. You're dealing with it, and then you're pretending you're not dealing with it as well. It's draining. A lot of people don't understand like how much it takes out of you as well when you're feeling like that. Um, but yeah, I just didn't like the fuss. I understood because obviously, you know, if someone who you care about, um, or whoever you like or whatever, and they don't want to live anymore, I'd probably feel the same. Like I'd do what I could to um, help them feel as better as they can with it. At the same time, you know, I get it. You know what I mean? Um, it's not the best thing to kind of understand sometimes, but you can't really put it into words. It's just um, like when I see on um, like certain videos and that people have said like they've got a good life, they've got family, they've got kids who love them, that want to see them and stuff, and they've got boss job, boss friends, lifestyle, everything, um, and they end up, you know, taking their own life, and people are like, oh, what the fuck, I didn't know things were that bad, and they had the best life and stuff like that, and you kind of got to take a step back and be like, did they really? Do you know what I mean? Did they have the best life, or was this life just getting too much for them? Because in looking from that, someone on the outside looking in, you're like, oh yeah, you've got all this money, you've got this, you've got that, you know what I mean? You've got everything I ever wanted. And I think that's what it is. People compare themselves. If they were that person in that situation, they'd be happy. So they can't understand why that person in that situation isn't. Does that make sense? Um, but it doesn't really matter. You hear of musicians and celebrities that kill themselves, and it's they're fucking unlimitedly rich, aren't they? They've got any kind of life they want, and yeah, they end up doing what they do, and it's like, well, you know, people can't understand why they would when they're just comparing themselves to their lifestyle. Um, they're not really seeing what that person is and what they're going through and stuff like that. And a lot of people be surprised how many people hide it as well. Um, Not everyone can. Um, it's not visible. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a fucking broken bone where you see someone in the streets with a cast on their arm, like, oh yeah, they're suicidal. There's no signs for it, and a lot of people hide the signs so people don't see them. Do you know what I mean? I did myself. Um, so it's when these things come out about celebrities or people who are famous or whatever, um, and the first thing everyone says is, "Oh, they have the best life and all that." It's like, did they really though? You know what I mean? You're just saying that because they're rich. It doesn't mean anything, does it? You know, but you can't um, you can't sell or buy, you know, anything to make this empty or different or something. It's not. No amount of money in the world, no lifestyle in the world is ever going to change how you feel in yourself, about yourself. Do you know what I mean? And that's just grained in. Don't. That's just DNA. No one can take that out of you. Um, but I think with me, I think I'm just too used to my own ways. Um, I'm very mentally weak, so I haven't got the energy in the mind to be like, right, well, I know I'm feeling bad, so I'm gonna change how I'm feeling, and I'm gonna do this, and like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna, you know, clear my mind and stuff like that. I'm just too weak for that. I always have been. There's been some times when, um, you know, especially when my daughter was little, I'd hide a lot. Um, Meaning I'd just hide how I was feeling because I didn't want to upset her. Um, but I don't really think she'd give a shit now anyway if I was dead, to be honest. I don't think she'd care at all. But yeah, when she was little, I'd always try to hide it because I didn't want to ruin. I didn't want that to be a memory for her. There'd be some times when I couldn't. Do you know what I mean? I know a few times off the top of my head when it's been like hard days together, and I've just been really, I was crying before the scene and stuff, and I just feel like shit, and I'd feel bad because I have my daughter with me, and I'm still feeling like this. Do you know what I mean? And I'd feel bad on air, and it's just horrible. It's a horrible feeling. Um, but I always try to do my best to hide it. I think there's only been, probably from her point of view now, she could probably look back and be like, well, I think I remember this day when you didn't look good. Do you know what I mean? But I know a couple that I just wasn't. Um, but it's hard, really is. Um, but The anxiety for me got really bad when I think it was not long after that. I had anxiety anyway, but after my last attempt on my life, I think my anxiety just got really bad after that. Um, like it affected everything, and like apart from a few personal issues, that was one of the main reasons the job I had, and I'd be too anxious in there. Know what I mean? Worked in retail, so it was very busy place, and after a while, I just couldn't handle it. It was just way too much. Um, I didn't like being around people. Um, I liked the group of people I was surrounded with, the people who I worked with, and my manager. I liked being around them, and the odd person who's sound in the shop and that. But I just didn't like being. I felt like I was too exposed and too vulnerable when I'd be in the shop. Which is quite a big shop as well. I just didn't like it at all. After a while, it just got to me, and then uh, yeah, it was a really hard decision. And looking back at it now, um, I wish things could have been a bit different because it really was. The hours were sweet. It was a really decent hours for me, early mornings, um, and a few hours in the day, like a few hours in the morning, a couple of hours a shift basically. Um, and I was surrounded by really fucking nice people um, who I worked with. The, you know, the, I've always kind of said that people make your job for you. You know, you can get satisfaction out of your job 100% if you love what you do and that, but for most people who just need a wage, they need to have a job. And if you go to a job and everyone's just fucking horrible, or there's just a horrible vibe in there, you don't. It just makes you not want to be there. But if you go and there's really lovely people there that are just, you know, very kind and you can have a laugh with, and you know, I think it makes the job a lot better. It makes you a lot better at your job as well. Um, so yeah, I think without them, I probably wouldn't have lasted as long as I did. Being honest, because I did feel really guilty when I left because I felt like I've just left them in the shit. I mean, personally, I think I wasn't that good anyway in there. After a while, um, I was just letting too many things get to me, like in my mind and stuff. I just couldn't deal with a lot of things in there. Um, but the people who I worked with just made that a little bit easier, and it was really nice of them. They didn't have to do that, and I'll always be grateful for them for that. Like I say, all lovely people and not got nothing bad to say about them at all. Um, but from that was in November last year I left. So I've pretty much been out of work since. Just kind of trying to get my hands around, um, get some sort of um, I don't know, trying to focus a little bit on this, and make things a little bit easier. But like I say, the anxiety, the going out is still an issue for me. I really don't like going out. I never do. It's taxis everywhere. Or if my mate comes down, she'll take me places and that. She doesn't have to, but I think she knows as well. Like I've been with her, and when I was in town, we went to town one day. I think we had something to eat, and I could feel my face. I was gonna have a panic attack. I could feel it in my cheeks, and we were about to get the bus back. I think it was early afternoon, about 1, something like that, and I pretty much ended up having a little panic attack in the back of the taxi, and it was horrible. My fucking hands were like that as well. I couldn't move my hands; they were just stuck like that. I, I was just constantly like that and like whimpering and stuff, and I was crying, and then so I think from then, um, like I don't expect it to take me anywhere. Do you know what I mean? But and I never ask either. But I think sometimes, like on the odd occasion, if I have a hospital appointment or whatever, and she's coming down to visit, sometimes she'll say, "Well, hang on, and I'll take you," because I normally just get a cab there and a cab back anyway. Um, but yeah, it affects a lot. Do you know what I mean? It really does. And I don't think some people understand how bad it can get. They think that um, people who have tried to end a life, that's like the lowest you'll ever feel. And in my experience, it's not, because you've acted on that feeling, but I think living with that feeling constantly is a lot harder than actually trying to take your own life. In my experience, I'm not saying, not knocking anyone who disagrees or whatever, but that's my experience. I think it's worse living the lowest you can feel than attempting to kill yourself, basically. Because it's just like mental torture. You know what I mean? Like I sometimes, not as lately, but sometimes I'd wake up pissed off because I didn't die in my sleep. Do you know what I mean? And it put me in the mood all day because I didn't die in my sleep, because I don't want to be here anymore. And it's fucked up. That's how, people can start thinking. And some people, they don't want to wear it. Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, we have need to talk. I mean, I wouldn't, like, I've opened up a little bit to a couple of close friends and that, about certain things, but there's no way I'd sit in front of my mum and be like, um, you know, when she's like, you're alright, I'd be like, well, no, not really. Why? Well, because I didn't die last night in my sleep. You know what I mean? There's no way I'd fucking say that to anyone. Um, like I say, the only people I've ever spoken to is professional people. Either my doctor, the crisis team, when I went to counselling, when I went to James' place, which I highly recommend. If any guy out there is struggling, they're really good, really understanding. And what I liked from them is that when I was with counsellors before, they kind of make you um, kind of explain everything, how you're feeling, and what led up to it, how you're doing, how you're feeling now, what you were feeling at the time, and then it's like you've got to go through it all again a couple of weeks later or a couple of days later, and that, which I understand. They're just trying to get some sort of um, like description from you, so they know where to focus on and what path they can put you down to help. I get that, but with James' place, there was a lot of things I felt I needed to say that I didn't have to, because they already understood what I was about to say. So it was like, it didn't happen like this, but it was like dead finish off what you were talking about. And it was just a lot easier for someone like me who's not really talkative or open. It was just really a nice change for someone to kind of understand to the extent where you feel it, you feel them understand, you can feel that they've understood where you're coming from and what you're saying, which is really good for me. But everyone's different with depression and mental health. It's people do things that I just would never ever do. You know, with like talking, speaking out and stuff like that. The only reason why I'm making this video now is just a little insight of me mental health journey, because like I say, each stage of your life is a journey. Doesn't matter if it's your health, your job, your friends, your family, you know what I mean? It's all a journey. So I've been doing a lot of stuff about working out and that, but I just thought I'd make a kind of in a little insight. And I haven't said a lot of things, but I'm going through or that have happened and stuff, but just a little insight of how I've felt, what I've done. I'm kind of where I am now, which is I don't know, probably I'm not as bad as I was 3 years ago, obviously, but I've been pretty close the past, I don't know, the past year. But I think, like I've said, it's very rare sometimes when when you're constantly feeling low. It's very rare to have like energy and effort and stuff like that, and you just don't want to motivate yourself. You can't motivate yourself because you're just not feeling it. You know what I mean? So it's only been the past 3 weeks, I think, for me, and that I don't feel fucking great at all, far from it, but I just feel a bit like a little bit okay, so I'm not, it's just eased a little bit, I'm not um, as down as I normally am, even though you know I'm still feeling how I normally feel. It's just not as intense as I normally feel, if that makes sense. Um, and it's been on my mind to do a workout for months. Even like going back last year, I wanted to try and get back into working out and doing something, but I think it just kind of got to the point where I just give up. Like I say, I'm just mentally weak. Um, I was like, fuck it, man, I'm not feeling it, so I'm not doing it. But yeah, it's pretty much where I am now. I'm just in a kind of a little bit of a better place. So that's why I've just started doing little workouts and that, because to me it's not so much a mood booster, but it's more of a um, I don't know, like anyone who goes to the gym or works out, when you're working your arms or whatever and you stop your workout and you see your arms swollen, you know what I mean? You feel like you've done something, and it's for yourself as well. Um, so, um, but like I say, I think any kind of exercise is a positive, whether it's, you know, working out, fucking skipping on skipping on a rope, walking, running, doesn't really matter, it's all good for you. It's just having that energy and stuff to actually do it, which is the hard bit. Um, so, uh, but yeah, it's pretty much what I was just thought I'd make a little video about. Um, I say a little video, it's nearly fucking hour long, but uh, yeah, it's just kind of where I'm up to now. There's a few things I haven't said because I don't want to say them, and I'll just get upset if I do. Um, and up to now, no one's really watching these videos anyway, so no one really, you know, wants to see that, in my opinion. But um, yeah, if anyone is going through their own, um, struggles and stuff like that, feel free to comment them, and it's. I think it's sometimes for me when I watch channels like this, and there's a few of them I subscribe to and that, and um, I mean the better videos than this. This is shit. I don't know how you edit. You know what I mean? I don't know a lot of things when it comes to tech. Um, I'm useless with stuff like that. But some of the videos they make, um, they really kind of open themselves up and break themselves down and fucking share everything. Do you know what I mean? They're just like, um, I don't know. It's really kind of touching in a way when you get someone who's you know, that invested, and they want to share with they want to share the video with people in case there's someone else out there that's feeling like them and they're documenting themselves, and then someone could see their video and be like, I totally relate to that. And then you get to see their daily life, how they're feeling, what they're doing. And even though you don't know them, you can totally relate to them. Do you know what I mean? Because you feel similar things, or you feel the exact same way, or you've been there, or you're feeling like you're going there. It's a lot of it's just a vast amount of like people that can relate to certain people because they're being honest. I think that's the main thing, just being honest about it. Um, but um, yeah, anyone's welcome to comment down below, or if not, if you just you know want to watch, and anyone who is going through a bad time, um, you know, I'm sure things will work out. They always do in the end. You know, it's there's no real good or bad way to deal with mental health. Um, there's no like rule book or anything. You just got to kind of do with what you feel. You can get advice and stuff, but only you know your body. You won't only you know your mind. So um, people can help with advice and stuff, and hopefully that works for a lot of people. Excuse me, but I think the majority of people just try and deal with it on their own, with people around them and stuff. But um, it is it's hard times as well. You know what I mean? And what I hate as well is like mental health now has become like its own worst enemy, because you get legit people that suffer with it, and make videos like this to um, if anyone sees it, just for them to understand that they're not on their own kind of thing, and there's other people out there as well that are going through the same thing you are. And then there's people that just use it to their advantage. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's fuck all wrong with them, and they'll just use like the mental health card on everything. Do you know what I mean? Um, and because it unfortunately now, um, we live in a world where you know no one's just fucking horrible anymore. No one's just a born horrible little rat. Do you know what I mean? They've all got to have some sort of mental health issue, and it's bullshit. You can see the plane all the time. Fucking scumbag over here. He fucking stabbed kids, killed them. Know what I mean? Fucking stabbed them for no reason at all. Little kids in Southport, and he got put in prison, and now he's going to a mental hospital because they want to protect him. How fucked up's that? Fucking paedophiles as well. Paedophiles getting protected inside because they've got mental health. Do you know what I mean? It's just like a get out of jail free card for a lot of people, and not even like prison systems in general. People using it to fucking get benefits, or using it because they've done something they fucked up on, and you know to explain that away instead of just saying, "Oh yeah, listen, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that." It's like, "Oh yeah, my mental health's been really bad." Do you know what I mean? It's people like that that just fucking, like, general people just get kind of branded the same as them because it's become its own thing now. Like you'll never hear of a case now in any prison in any part of the world where someone's killed someone and they don't have some sort of mental health defence behind them. Even if they didn't have it, their lawyers will say, no, we'll go down the mental health route. You know what I mean? How fucking bad's that? You pretty much, you know, I'm gonna stop because I'm just gonna go on a fucking rant. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much where I am with it today. Um, I'm thinking about uh, keeping what I was trying to explain, keeping the workouts going as long as I can. I hope they last. If they don't, they don't, but I hope they do. Um, but but since I have been working out, my shoulder and my neck has been really sore, and I've pulled the ligaments in the back of my knee from the treadmill because I think I said in a video, stupidly, I had the treadmill flat and then I raised it, and I just shouldn't have done that. And I had it on quite quick, like walking quite fast. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know you could pull a hamstring doing that. Um, but I'll probably go to the gym tomorrow. I'm probably just going to swerve the treadmill and even the cross trainer until my leg feels a bit better because it hurts when I walk on it. When I put my weight on my right leg, the back of my knee really hurts. It's like a dull, horrible, achy pain. Um, so yeah, I'll probably just go on to machines, and depending on how me the side of me this bit, it's like me side of my neck and my shoulder. Depending on how that feels, I might fuck the bench press off as well and just do machines. Um, but I'll see how I feel in the morning, and then just take it from there. But yeah, well, sorry, it's like an hour video. Like I say, I really don't know how you edit. If someone's got a better idea of how you do it, let us know, because all the videos I'm seeing is they're already set up with a editing system. Do you know what I mean? They're not like I need to explain to me like I'm like 5 years old. Do you know what I mean? I'm not techie, and all these YouTubers that are doing it, they're all like proper, all them young fucking YouTubers that are like 20 or whatever. Fucking all blue lights in the room, boss setup, 4K and everything. Um, but yeah, until I know how you do it, I've tried it on my phone. There's an editing tool on my phone. The only thing I know how you edit is pictures. I can put like a banner on a picture or words on a picture. And when it comes to video, I haven't got a clue. But until I figure out these videos are just going to be as long as they are. I understand that people switch off if they start watching it and they're like, oh fuck this, and just turn it off. I get it, you know, but until I figure out how I can do it, there's not much I can do, to be honest. I don't really think many people are watching these anyway. There's not really any views, and no one's liked or commented or subscribed or anything, so I'm assuming that, most people, if anyone has watched it, it's just shit content. So, um, yeah, um, but I'll come on in a few days with a warehouse update, how I'm getting on and that. And then, um, if anyone wants to know any more about my mental health or go into detail about anything, just let us know. I'll make another video. Um, like I say, it's not, to me, I'm not in a room full of people. Do you know what I mean? I'm just me in front of my phone. So I'm really comfortable speaking. Um, if I was in a room with people or I was out speaking with people, it wouldn't happen. But I'm in like the best environment on my own with a phone. So I don't mind answering any questions, or um, if anyone has an idea that they want a video for me to make or whatever, just let me know. Um, and yeah, hopefully once I get the figure out how you edit, the videos will be a little bit better. Literally a little bit, but hopefully I'll have a better kind of idea how you edit, what you take out, what you leave in, making like a title, like a picture, um, for the video with like I don't know, banner on it explaining what it is and stuff. Um, but yeah, nice one for watching, anyone who has, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.